Imagine waking up to a never-ending day or a never-ending night. Earth has stopped spinning. It sounds like something out of a science fiction movie, but the implications of such an event are profound and far-reaching. Our planet's rotation shapes everything from our perception of time to the very air we breathe. If Earth were to suddenly halt its spin, the consequences would be catastrophic. The most obvious change would be the division of Earth into two distinct hemispheres, one bathed in perpetual daylight, the other shrouded in endless night. This dramatic shift in sunlight would wreak havoc on our planet's delicate climate balance, leading to extreme temperature variations between the two sides. Imagine scorching deserts where once lush forests thrived, and frozen wastelands replacing temperate zones. Our atmosphere, no longer dragged along by Earth's rotation, would create winds of unimaginable force, sweeping across the planet with devastating speed. These hypercanes would make even the most powerful hurricanes on record seem like gentle breezes. Coastal regions would be utterly reshaped, and inland areas would face constant bombardment by dust storms and debris. No longer held in check by Earth's rotation, the water would surge towards the poles, creating tsunamis of unimaginable scale. Entire continents would be submerged, while others would see their coastlines drastically redrawn. The immediate aftermath of Earth's sudden stop would be a tale of two drastically different hemispheres. The side facing the sun would be thrust into an endless day, the sun fixed at a constant point in the sky. Temperatures would soar to unimaginable levels, quickly turning once habitable regions into scorching deserts. Plants would wither and die without the respite of night, and animals would struggle to adapt to the relentless heat. On the opposite side of the planet, an unending night would descend. Temperatures would plummet, plunging the hemisphere into a deep freeze. Lakes and rivers would ice over, and snow would blanket the land. The extreme temperature differences would create powerful convection currents in the atmosphere, leading to violent storms and unpredictable weather events. The jet streams, which normally regulate global weather patterns, would be thrown into disarray, resulting in chaotic and extreme weather conditions across the globe. The consequences for life as we know it would be nothing short of devastating. One of the less obvious but equally devastating consequences of a stationary Earth would be the impact on our atmosphere. Currently, Earth's rotation drags the atmosphere along with it, creating a relatively stable and predictable system of winds and weather patterns. Without the centrifugal force of rotation, the atmosphere would be free to move independently of the planet's surface. The result? Winds of unimaginable speed and ferocity, driven by the enormous temperature differences between the sunlit and dark sides of the planet. Imagine winds raging across continents at hundreds of miles per hour, tearing up trees, leveling buildings, and scouring the landscape bare. Coastal regions would be particularly vulnerable, battered by towering storm surges and relentless erosion. High in the atmosphere, they would whip up massive dust storms, blotting out the sun and plunging even the daylit side of the planet into darkness. The air would become thick with particulate matter, making it difficult to breathe. Perhaps the most terrifying consequence of Earth's sudden stop would be the impact on our oceans. Currently, Earth's rotation keeps the oceans in a delicate balance, with centrifugal force pushing water towards the equator. If Earth were to stop spinning, this force would vanish and the oceans would be free to flow towards the poles under the influence of gravity. The result? Tsunamis of unimaginable scale, dwarfing anything ever witnessed in human history. Imagine walls of water miles high, crashing onto coastlines with unimaginable force, swallowing entire cities and reshaping continents. The massive displacement of water would also disrupt ocean currents, which play a crucial role in regulating global climate. The oceans, once a source of life and beauty, would become a force of unimaginable destruction. The very foundations of our planet would be shaken, and the consequences for life as we know it would be catastrophic. In the aftermath of such a cataclysmic event, the question arises, could humanity, or any life as we know it, survive? The answer is uncertain, but one thing is clear: survival would depend on adaptation on an unprecedented scale. The world would be a profoundly different place, and only the most adaptable species would stand a chance. The most immediate challenge would be finding habitable zones. With the planet locked in a state of perpetual day and night, the only viable regions might be the narrow twilight zones between the scorching hot and freezing cold hemispheres. These zones would experience constant twilight, with temperatures potentially moderate enough to support life. The constant hypercanes and dust storms would make life above ground incredibly difficult, if not impossible. Underground shelters, perhaps built into caves or deep beneath the Earth's surface, might offer some protection from the elements. Food and water would be scarce and precious resources. Humans might need to rely on hydroponics, vertical farming, or other innovative methods to grow food in this hostile new environment. While the challenges seem insurmountable, life on Earth has a remarkable ability to adapt. Extremophiles, organisms that thrive in extreme environments, already exist on our planet, offering a glimmer of hope for the future. Perhaps over time, life could find a way to flourish even in this strange new world. Plants might evolve to tolerate the constant sunlight or darkness, developing new photosynthetic pathways or relying on alternative energy sources. Animals might develop thicker fur or scales for insulation, or become nocturnal to avoid the harsh daytime conditions. Humans, too, are capable of great resilience and ingenuity. We might develop advanced technologies to protect ourselves from the elements, to create sustainable food and water sources, and even to terraform parts of the planet, making them more habitable. The future of humanity would depend on our ability to innovate, adapt, and cooperate in the face of adversity. The cessation of Earth's rotation would not only redefine our physical world, but also our very perception of time. The regular cycle of day and night, which has governed human life for millennia, would be no more. How would we measure time in a world without sunrise and sunset, without the ebb and flow of light and darkness? The concept of a 24-hour day would become obsolete. We might adopt a system based on artificial cycles of light and darkness, perhaps regulated by the very technologies we create to survive. Or we might abandon the concept of hours and minutes altogether, measuring time in other ways, such as the growth cycles of plants or the movements of the stars. This fundamental shift in our understanding of time would have profound implications for our culture, our beliefs, and our very sense of self. The rhythms of life that we take for granted would be disrupted, forcing us to reevaluate our relationship with time and its passage. In the face of such a profound cosmic event, we might find ourselves looking outward, to the stars and beyond, with a renewed sense of wonder and perspective. No longer bound by the familiar rhythms of our planet, we might finally be ready to embrace our place in the vastness of the universe. The stars, once distant points of light, would become constant companions, their patterns unchanging in the ever-present night sky. We might develop new technologies to explore our cosmic neighborhood, to search for other habitable worlds, and perhaps even to encounter other intelligent life forms. This catastrophic event, though devastating, could be the catalyst for a new era of human exploration and discovery. The universe is full of wonders and mysteries waiting to be explored. What do you think about this mind-blowing scenario? How do you think humanity would really fare? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more thought-provoking content exploring the wonders and mysteries of the universe.